Settings. Entering. Warning pop-up. Are you sure you want to? Yes. No. Home, you have 10 options. Mock draft 2 is select. Forecast. Heavy rain is selected.
Yo. Welcome back. I'm B.O.G. and do a little football. Give me a sec. Get the broadcast all set up. Alright, test.
Yo.
Alright. So we are I think Steelers.
Scouting Nation. Forecast. Scout college player. Practice available is. Manage staff is selected. Manage roster is selected. Play season game is selected. Home, you have 4 options. Play fence only. Play full game. Entering. Team select screen. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the home team, are selected. Ready.
Alright, Steelers.
It's week 8 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Cam Akers. There's a lot to like from his showing last week. Well over 100 yards in a pair of scores. It's the Rams and the Steelers on Sunday night.
At the confluence of the 3 rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's
Ohio
Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road, and that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff minute. Kickoff left. Kickoff middle.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Cover 2 man, silver shoe pinch.
And here's Pickett to put it in the air off the bat. And his first pass is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
Entering play call.
Just 3 yards on the catch there. Couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Pickett sets up play action. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Entering play call. Coach suggests man double over storm brave. Silver shoe pinch. Recent play favorites. There are 6. Play kite. There are 6. Zone cover. Blitz. Zone cover. Cover 2 zone.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. Throws the out route and finds Claypool. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving them a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. And that'll be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively, if they want to insist on going in that direction, make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Pickett right back to the air again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Pickett back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Wilson 1. Weak blitz 1. Wilson 1.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Spread. Spread.
Harris diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Womp womp.
This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out.
Behind the chains.
Forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Base block right.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point.
Oh, Greg Zuerlein.
And he'll put it through.
Legatron.
Nothing Steelers.
I didn't know Greg Zuerlein was a Steeler.
13-play drive in total. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Return middle. Return left.
All right, so what we doing is about to pound this down to the end zone, pretty much.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Dang, same yards as they started out with. All right, here we go.
By a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Entering play call, coach mesh spot, inside zone.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Gets around him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Take them yards.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll go again here with Akers. Taken down at the 42. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Circle button.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford, his throw incomplete.
Entering play call.
He was trying to get it to Tutu Atwell there, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They head to the line facing a third.
Entering franchise screen, you have 8 options. Resume is selected.
Following the incompletion on 2nd.
Entering franchise. Instant replay. Call timeout is selected. Challenge play is selected. Call timeout is selected.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 cat. Middle slim. Corner strike.
An incomplete pass on that last
All right,
play,
so
and
I
that
took a
means they need to
timeout
come up
because
with
some
something here on 3rd
reason
down.
that announcer was like, I don't know, being weird. It was like really loud.
Cross button. Cross
Now
button.
Stafford.
Circle button.
This one to the sideline. He's got it.
Cross
A nice
track.
job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. So the completion good for just
Rams
3.
deep cross.
And it'll be 4th down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Square
On
button.
4th down,
R1
Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2
Entering
plays.
play call. Coach mesh spot.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin
Entering
the 2nd quarter.
Mesh spot.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
R1
A
button.
shotgun snap for
Square button.
Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and
Entering
often.
play call.
I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And able to get him inside the 5 here,
Entering
just
play
inside the
call.
5 to about the 4.
Inside zone.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point splits the uprights,
Entering
and we are
play
tied
call.
at 7.
Special teams. You have 6 on. Kickoff left.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easy.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Pick
well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
There are 8. Pad attempt.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proved that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. Oh, nip. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
What the heck?
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st-and-goal situation. They'll try to run with Harris, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go with no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. This LA Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Zerline now for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Man, that was terrible. That guy ran it all the way down. I barely caught him at the freaking end.
Finished it off with a touchdown run.
Return left.
This one tied at 14.
But they scored first.
He sends this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Starting on the ground.
There's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. TJ Watt in on the tackle.
Rams
not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Nice.
And the Rams sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all display in that victory.
Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a good play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Square button. Triangle button.
Here's Stafford.
Cross button.
He'll get this one to Cup, complete.
Entering
a short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That's what he did last time. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, flood post. Entering franchise screen, you have 8 options. Resume is selected. Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Flood is selected. Fade stop. Flood.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
They're going to try to intercept this pass with that nickel formation.
Cross
now
button.
Stafford.
R1 button. Triangle button.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Entering play, Ponty Crusco.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are recent favorites. There are 8 personnel. There are 8 play type. There are run, RPO, pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, Regioni corner, verts WR scheme. Square
From
button.
the 38, Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks.
Entering play, Snagsy.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
R1 button. Triangle
on
button.
First down,
Cross
Stafford
button.
here. And nowhere to fit that football
Entering
in. It's
call.
knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Circle button.
Second and 10,
Circle
Stafford
button.
again.
Square button.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Cameron Hayward,
wow.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire
Entering play
offseason.
call. Entering franchise screen. You have 9 options. Resume is selected. Entering
Moves,
play
new
call.
techniques, trying to
Shotgun
add to
pass.
his
There are
arsenal
6
of pass rush
categories.
moves.
You have 1 of
Certainly
3
paying
options.
dividends in what we've seen so
TWR
far.
option is Snagsy. TWR option. Regioni corner. Verts WR scheme.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Triangle
Now on
button.
3rd and long, they'll
R1
look
button.
to throw. This one to the
Triangle
left
button.
to Higbee. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Recent play favorites. There are 8. Personnel. Play type. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. There are play action pass. Screen pass. Hail Mary. Quick pass. Standard pass. Shotgun pass. Regioni corner. Verts WR scheme. Snagsy spot.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh
Triangle
set of
button.
downs here.
Circle
1st and
button.
10. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And now they're
Entering
inside
play
the 10
call.
as he's brought
Shotgun
down at
pass.
the
There are
9.
6 categories.
So the
Standard
completion
pass.
gets him just a yard,
Rams
and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback
Square
and see the
button.
play develop
R1
in
button.
front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it
Entering
right at the
play.
line of scrimmage. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Triangle button.
Throwing again
Cross
is
button.
Stafford. Toward the pylon, caught. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Zach Wilson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Mac Jones, a touchdown pass in the victory. And finally, Monday Night Football. They've got a good one lined up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something
they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Defend out, defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
You gotta be shitting me.
And they've got to be sick over that opening kickoff. They get the ball, hoping to go down and score, and just like that, they cough it up. The other team scores.
So much for the best laid plans. The offense spent all their time in the locker room at halftime, plotting, getting the ball back, taking it downfield, and putting 6 points on the board. I just wonder, do they have a 12-point drive in them now? What a way to start the half.
All changed in the blink of an eye. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
That's a damn shame.
Always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Return left is selected.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10.
103 plays. Personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8 categories. Run, pass, standard pass, there shotgun pass. Regional corner. Hertz W. Snagsy spot. Option Y out. Circle button.
Out of the gun,
Triangle
Stafford.
button. Square button.
That'll be caught by Cup. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Entering
that
play
certainly
call.
has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Button. Circle button.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Power throw back. Potted cross.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Cross button.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford.
Circle button.
And that would complete downfield to Cup. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
DWR option. Option Y out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Circle
again,
button.
it's Stafford.
Cross button.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense has other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Rams levels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Back to throw, Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Counter. Pit. Outside. Inside handoff. Zone fake jet. AHP inside zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A give up the middle to Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Cam Akers with his second touchdown of the night. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are
I think it'll do a 2-point conversion, but
so that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Cover 2, cover 1 LB blitz.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Entering play call. Coach suggestion. Cover 2 man. Silver shoe pinch.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Cam Akers and the Rams offense ready to go back to work. He's hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 94 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Cross drag. Inside zone. Cross.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. A beautiful fake. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
You have 6 options.
Smart quarterback.
Kickoff left is selected. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
There are 6 categories.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Spread.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On second down, this is Harris. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Cover 1 goal. Weak blitz 3. FS fire 3.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh.
Entering play
It's the Steelers with a football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Cover 1 LB blitz.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pickett back to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Entering play.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Bobby Wagner, multiple times in All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Entering play call. Coach suggest weak blitz 1. Cover 3 hard flat. Cover 3 Buzma. Cover 6.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Harris running straight ahead. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Entering play call. Go. Cover 1 robber showed. Cover 2 man. Cover 1 robber showed you. Cover 3 scheme. Cut silver shoot pinch. Over storm brave. Overload 3 scheme. Cover 9 showed you. Outside 3rd.
Here's Pickett. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, partner, they're still going to have to go for it after that play. And I'm not sure that the running game is going to be a part of what they have to do on 4th down now.
From this far out, you wouldn't think so.
Over storm brave.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And it's caught. Touchdown.
I knew he was going to get it.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Entering play call. Return mid. Return left.
So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Take it in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football.
This is whack.
Take over at the 24-yard line.
I fumbled twice. I ain't threw no interceptions.
Second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your
I
return
ain't threw
man.
no interceptions, but fumbled it twice.
Or even change momentum of the game. But now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
FS Fire 3. FS Fire 1. FS Fire 3.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Yeah, they should give it back.
And the
Because that was whack.
was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have predictions.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled.
Why they gave it back? They felt bad for me.
Punch at E-Pow, AHB Zone WK. Punch at E-Pow, AHB Zone WK. Drag Reel, AHB Zone WK.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. That boy just about did a pirouette that time as he spins forward. That's about as impressive of a 5-yard gain as you'll see. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Akers. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. It's another one that keeps them moving forward.
Square button. Triangle button.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Personnel, play type, there, RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, there are 6 cat, standard pass. Shotgun pass, Regoni corner, Verts WR scheme. Triangle
on 4th down, Stafford.
R1 button.
Going up top for Kupp. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Weak blitz 1. Pinch up 0. Weak blitz 1.
Let's go now.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Oh, my God, this is terrible.
Najee Harris, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And
let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can do.
Where are you from?
His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah.
And throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Zerline good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Rams getting set to go now. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
My man, pedophile, 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 pedophile.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Cross button. Cross
Throwing
button.
is Stafford.
Circle button.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. Mesh spot is selected.
And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it.
Categories. You have 30 options. Double in sail is selected. Cross. Double in sail. Square button. R1 button.
To the air again.
Triangle
Stafford.
button.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Entering play call. Coach. Recent plays. Favorites. Personnel. Play type. There are 8. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. There. Snags is spot. TWR option.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one, and the Rams are going to get a first down.
Triangle button.
Stafford now to
Square
throw.
Button.
He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
R1 button. Triangle
Stafford.
button. Square button.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He's got it. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Pat attempt is selected.
Now the try here for the point after. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time a 9-play drive, and the touchdown at PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
6 option. Kickoff left.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up second down.
Spread.
Pickett to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Entering play call. Coach Sig. Return middle. Return right.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. Dances by him. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Steelers who will have the first chance to go down and score here in overtime as we are back underway. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Entering play clock.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Cover one robber. Cover one hole. One robber press.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. It's incomplete.
Entering
Took a shot, couldn't connect. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Load block right. Base block right.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. They sort of got a new lease on life there. If he picks that off, this ball game's over.
I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it. My defensive backs coach at Tennessee, a lost opportunity is never regained. Used to drive him crazy when I dropped those potential interceptions, as that one was there. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee.
Entering play call, Hail Mary. Shot save clock. Goal post.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Womp womp.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for Pittsburgh, they snap out of their doldrums.
That was a good game. Went into overtime.
They'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.
Oh, we're still up by 1 game, 4-3, so it's not bad. So anyway, I'm B.O.G, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys a little bit later. Peace.